everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna start working on this gorgeous bracelet. This bracelet has one of the oldest and most popular patterns, I think. Most of you probably already know how to do it, but I decided I still have to cover it. So I decided to call it sunflower. I know it doesn't really look like sunflower, but the one we're gonna be making today, I'm gonna be using black fire polish with some Light Amber AB, so it kind of gives you the colors of sunflower, but it's mostly the shape. It has like a big crystal in between and then smaller crystals around. Now I'm gonna give you sizes of beads I'm using. You don't have to use the crystals. You can use pearls, you can use any beads you have, as long as it's the middle one, it's 8 mm, the outside one is 3 mm. So if you have 8 mm and 3 mm, you can do it regardless of what kind of beads they are. They look really nice with pearls and, you know, natural stones, but I decided to go with crystals. Here I use some clear crystals, and on the outside it's like a, let me see, it's called Light Violet Silver. So partially it's covered in silver and partially you can see violet peeking through. So it's very, I don't know, I really like the colors. So it looks like this, and I decided to attach a magnetic clasp. I know many of you are against magnetic clasps, and I'm sitting in a lot of beading groups, and a lot of people say they have problems with them because, you know, they're easy to come apart, and then, you know, you end up picking a lot of small items around you if you're working with metal. But I still love them. I mean, none other clasp is gonna give you the finish magnetic clasp gives you. And, you know, you don't have to wear it every day if you're afraid to lose it. You know, if you're having a nice day out and wearing a petite dress, you want to have a nice bracelet to go with it. So I just say go with it. I love magnetic clasp and I'm still gonna continue using them. But if you don't like them, here I just attached a, oh my God, how you call it? Jump ring. So you can attach any clasp you want. You can attach just a normal lobster clasp. You can attach a toggle clasp, anything really. So this bracelet, you can work around with it and attach any clasp you like. So for this bracelet, I'm gonna be using today black fire polish. The crystal here I used is not fire polish. It's just normal glass crystals, 8 mm crystals. I really like the shine of it. But today I'm gonna be using black fire polish, 8 mm. I'm gonna be using Light Amber AB fire polish, 3 mm, and look how shiny it is. That's all from the beads you need. Then you'll need 2 jump rings to attach the clasp. I think I'm using 6 mm jump ring. It doesn't really matter as long as it's big enough to go here and here. See, I think this size is perfect. And then you'll need a clasp. I'm gonna be using the same magnetic clasp I'm using here, and it's very pretty. I think this one is more secure than most of the magnetic clasps. And then you will need a beading needle. I'm gonna be using size 10. You'll need a Nymo. I'm gonna be using black Nymo size D. And then from the tools, you will need scissors to cut the thread. You will need your chain nose pliers and round nose pliers to open and close the jump ring in the end. So that's all you need. Go ahead, get the materials ready, thread your needle. I'm gonna take about 2 yards. I think that's gonna be plenty for this bracelet. And then we're gonna get to work. So I have my thread ready. I thread about 2, maybe even 2.5. I just take 2 wingspans, so that should be plenty. Then I have my beads ready. I have my jump rings. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start with the end where we attach the first jump ring. So I'm gonna pick up 1 8 mm. I'm gonna pick up 2 3 mm. Then I'm gonna pick up one of the jump rings. And then I'm gonna pick up 2 more 3 mm beads. Now this jump ring is big enough, but once we make the loop, it's gonna stay between those beads there. So I'm just gonna take it to the very end. I'm gonna leave a small tail that I'm gonna sew in later. It doesn't have to be long, so I'm just gonna leave a short tail, and then I'm gonna make loops. I'm gonna make 1. Now here I just want to make sure that my jump ring stays between those 4 beads, and it stays right in between the two. So I have 2 3mm beads on one side, 2 3mm beads on one side. And then I'm gonna make one more loop. So that's what you end up with. You have 1 8mm, 4 3mm, and then 1 jump ring between those 3mm beads. And now I'm gonna continue. Now I'm gonna take my needle through the 8mm. I'm gonna pick up 4 3mm. And then I'm gonna go through the same 8mm fire polish. See my threads coming out of this side? I'm gonna go through the other side. Then I'm gonna pull my thread. And I'm gonna end up like this. So it kind of makes half circle around your beads, see? We have 4 beads on this side, 4 beads on this side. Now I'm gonna go ahead, take my thread through 3 3mm fire polish. So let me call this 3mm small fire polish and 8mm big fire polish. So I'm gonna go through 3 small beads and pull my thread. That's what happens when you work with long threads. And then I'm just gonna hold the beads in place and pull my thread. See? I'm coming out of 3rd fire polish, of 3rd small fire polish. And then I'm gonna pick up 1 small bead, 1 big bead, and then 1 small bead. From here, it's gonna be continuous. So look what I'm doing, and it's gonna be continuous from here. So I pick up 1 small bead, 1 big bead, 1 small bead, and I'm gonna go through 2 of the beads. And then pull my thread. As usual, I'm holding the beads in place with my fingers, so, you know, I get the tension I need. That's when I end up with the 2nd big fire polish in place. I'm just gonna turn it over. I'm gonna go through that small bead. And then I'm gonna go through the big fire polish. And then again, I'm gonna pick up 4 small beads. And then I'm gonna go through the same 8mm through the other side. And then pull my thread. I'm gonna turn it over. I'm gonna go again through 3 small beads. I'm gonna go through 1, pull my thread. I'm holding it, the beads in place with my thumb, and go through 2 more small beads. And pull my thread. And then again, I'm gonna pick up 1 small bead, 1 big bead, 1 small bead. So the sequence is, I'm gonna pick up 1 small bead, 1 big bead, 1 small bead, go through these 2 beads, and then I'm gonna pick up 4 small beads, go through the big bead, and so on. So this is very repetitious. I'm gonna do it a couple more times with you. So 1 small bead, 1 big bead, 1 small bead, and then go through the 2 top beads there. And then pull my thread. Turn it around. I'm gonna go through that last small bead. And then go through the big bead. And now I'm gonna pick up 4 small beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm gonna go through the fire polish, the big fire polish through the other side. See? And then turn it over. I'm gonna go through 3 small beads. I'm gonna go 1, hold the beads in place. Then I'm gonna go through 2 more. And then I'm gonna pick up 1 small bead, 1 big bead, 1 small bead. Then I'm gonna go through 2 beads. and pull my thread. Gonna turn it over, go through the small bead, then go through the big bead. Then I'm gonna pick up 4 small beads. Then I'm gonna go through the big fire polish through the other side. And here we have 4 beads ready. Turn it over, go through the 1 small bead, and 2 more. And now I'm gonna let you continue on your own. You're gonna pick up now 1 small bead, 1 big bead, 1 small bead, attach to these 2 beads, and then pick up 4 beads that attach to the big bead, and so on. And you continue that all the way until you have required length for your wrist. So in the end, when we come to the last one, we're gonna attach the next second jump ring. Now I have almost the full length of my bracelet. I'm making it much longer than my original one because this one's too short, but this one's probably gonna be a gift to someone. So I have my last fire polish to add. So I'm gonna go ahead, go through 1 small bead here, and then go through 2. I'm just gonna zoom in a bit. I'm gonna pick up 1 small bead, 1 big bead, 1 small bead. Then I'm gonna go through last 2 beads on top there. Pull my thread. Go through the small bead. Then go through the big bead. And then I'm gonna pick up my last 4 small beads and the last jump ring. So I have my jump ring and 4 last small beads. I'm gonna make sure it's all nice and tight, and then go through that last big bead. And then when I pull my thread, I want to make sure the jump ring stays in the middle there. So I'm gonna go ahead, go through those top small beads again one more time. There's 1 bead, pull my thread, keep it in the middle there, go through 2 beads, pull my thread, and then go through the last bead, pull my thread. Now I have the last jump ring there. It's gonna be nice and tight once we finish it, but if you look at it, we almost have the full bracelet, but if you notice, our circles are not full yet. We have half circles on each side of the small bead, so we have to finish it off. And how we're gonna do that? We're gonna need more of the 3mm beads. And here, I'm gonna hold my bracelet like this, zoom in. I'm gonna pick up 1 small bead. Then I'm gonna go from here through the next one. See, it finishes off this side. And here I'm gonna go through these 2 beads there. I'm gonna go through that small bead there. It's not very comfortable for me, but I'm just trying to show you what I'm doing. I'm gonna pick up 1 small bead and then go through this. Coming out here, I'm gonna go through the next one. See? So we finished half side here, we finished this side here, and next we're gonna go through these beads, add 1 here. And then go through this bead here, pick up 1 small bead, and then go through the next bead. So again, we are zigzagging. We started here, added the 1 bead, went through beads here, added one bead, went through beads here, added one bead. Now you're just following the natural path of thread here. So it's coming out here now. I'm gonna go there, add one bead, go there, add one bead, go there, add one bead. So go ahead all the way until the very end, and then we're gonna meet there when we're gonna make the turn back to finish off the other sides. Now I'm almost at the very end. If you see, if you look closely, all my big beads have almost fully closed circles around them. So I have zigzag form of bead missing on each side. So I'm almost at the very top now. I'm coming out here. I'm gonna go through these two beads. I'm just gonna flip it over. Go through that small bead. Pick up one small bead. Then I'm gonna go through the next bead there. And now to make the turn, it's very easy. I'm just gonna follow all those beads. On top. And then go through the last bead here. And then I'm gonna start zigzagging the way back. I'm gonna pick up one bead, go through the next bead. And on the way back, you want to make sure you pull your thread nice and tight so you have your full circle closed. Then I'm gonna go through these two beads. And this, when going through these two beads, it might be a bit tight now because we went through those fire polish quite a few times. But I should be able to go through. If you can't, you can switch to needle size 12. I'm gonna flip it over, go through this. Pick up one small bead and then go through the next bead. And then I'm gonna go through those two beads again. Pull my thread, flip it over, go through this small bead. Pick up one bead and then go through the next one. Go through these two beads. It's quite tight in there. Pull my thread, flip it over. Now if you can see, I have 3 beads ready with full circles. Nice, isn't it? So you go ahead zigzagging around until the very end, and I'm going to show you how to tie off one end. So I'm at the very end. I'm almost finished. Look at this gorgeousness. I don't know why the day is a bit dark, but it looks very nice with those amber beads on the sides, really sparkly. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish it off. I'm gonna pick up my last small bead and then go through this last bead here. I'm gonna go through a couple more beads. Then I want to make sure I pull my thread nice and tight here, so all the beads are in place. Go through one bead here, and then I'm gonna make one loop here between the. There's a thread between those two beads, so I'm gonna pick up that thread and make one loop. And then I'm gonna go through the next bead. And when I pull my thread, that loop I made, it's already gone between the beads, so you don't really see it anymore. And now here, I'm gonna go through this bead here. Here, I'm gonna pick up another thread between the beads, make a small loop, take my needle through, and pull my thread. And then again, I'll have to go through those two beads, and it's gonna be really tight in there. Gonna go through one more bead here. And then I'm gonna make my last loop here. Then I'm gonna skip through a couple beads. Here. Here. Then I'm gonna skip through these two beads if I can. Yeah. gonna pull my thread here, take my scissors and cut the thread at the very base. And now I have my bracelet almost ready. So go ahead, get rid of the tail the same way we did on this side, and then we're gonna attach the clasp. So I got rid of the tail and my bracelet is almost ready. Look at this gorgeousness. Now we're gonna go ahead and attach the clasp. So I need my both pliers, and then I'm gonna need my clasp. Now you can attach any clasp you want. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my round nose pliers. Here I'm gonna find that opening. Hold it in place with my round nose pliers. Open up the jump ring with my chain nose pliers. Put that clasp in. And then close the jump ring. One side is ready. Then I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Hold the jump ring in place, open it, bring the other side of the clasp, and then close it. And here I have my gorgeous bracelet. And look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? So I'm just gonna put it over my hand so you can see how it looks. Petite, isn't it? I love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet. Make sure to leave your questions in the comment section. If you have any, I'll be happy to answer. And I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.